Okie dokie. This is time for us to rejoice this beautiful game yet again. And here we have, spawning in the bottom right corner on an Antigua shipyard map, he is Bly from Team Acer.
And in the top position, we have the Panzer General himself, Go0dy.
Oh yes. And the guy about which we have just a bit too many jokes. Not only can you joke from goody goodness that he does good or bad strategies, but also about his balls of steel and general panzer general style of playing panzer.
Yeah, so I mean Go0dy, he is called the Panzer General for a reason. He does like his mech play, but he's a very versatile player. He can pull out the biomine action. He can pretty much do anything. And we do have another TVZ, so let's it's really interesting that we get to watch two TVZs in a row, so we'll be able to see really the sort of stylistic differences between the two Terran and the two Zerg players.
Oh yes, next week we will have many more opportunities. I'm kinda saddened by the fact that Snoot drops straight into the losers bracket. I like to see Snoot play, and I really was hoping that he's one of the hopes for the Zerg, especially when it comes to dealing with Widow Mines. He had very creative ideas about just making overlords and making overlords go forward to kind of soak up all the splash damage from the mentioned Widow Mines, but that didn't work all that well against Happy, who is not only doing Widow Mines, but who's also dropping you all around the clock.
Yeah, it's just really powerful strategy from Terran. Very difficult to do. We'll see if we have some similar games here.
So let's see. Go0dy, as recently has become standard, unless you're going for no gas expand, and then that's the case where you're going to be building marines and scouting with SCV. If you plan to open off one gas and one racks, you just go with this nice Reaper that allows you for some good harassment and scouting. There is a second pair of Raxes, and this is a style that Go0dy does very often. We have seen it like already 10 times in the show matches that we've done. He is just leaving himself the window of opportunity open for some not only harassment with the Reapers, but he may even go for a full frontal assault with them. Like 6 of them is just enough to take down a queen or two.
Yep, and so we'll probably see at least 4 and sometimes 6 Reapers here. Hopefully the idea will be to take out a queen or a couple of drones, just get some damage done. Oh man, Bly saves the drone just barely there. Oh, and another one with his floor crawler. Keep in mind though, every time he does that, he has to cancel. He does lose minerals when he cancels that.
Yep, and the Reaper can just jump back through this staircase that we have here. And let's see what Go0dy will go for. Still no expansion, just continuing the Reaper production. And my real question about Bly right now is, does he expect that? He saw the second barracks, but he does not know this is the second pair of barracks. And there's already a command center here, so pretty damn standard of Go0dy. Is just a question of where he will focus his forces, when and where he will attack with all those Reapers that he has right now.
Yeah, that factory is going to signal the end of the Reaper production. He is going to go with 4. This is generally what he likes to do. Sometimes 6, but usually 4. And he's going to see if he can get any damage done in the front. They do very decent damage if you kite them around and keep their speed. Their ability to stay alive is very strong. And this queen could go down right here.
There are so many Zerglings going for the surround.
We might get the surround.
Whoa!
Oh, Zergling speed finishes at a very opportune moment.
Oh my god. By the way, I like the new wings on Zerglings, the ones from the campaign. Yeah, and
I've been playing campaign lately, and I was just expecting them to jump over the cliff, and they don't. And I'm just like, wait, what? Oh, right. That doesn't actually happen. It's so confusing to me.
Jumping over the cliff of those Zerglings was so nice. One of my favorite elements of the whole campaign. And by the way, Abatur spawning a sandwich. Did you see that gif?
I did not, but the issue here is that we have no production of workers for a very long time. This is going to be a strong bailing all in right here.
Yeah.
The drone count is low, and he's going to try to bust this open. Go0dy sees this, and he's going to have that bunker down, hopefully just in time. But this is still going to be a very difficult defense for Goody.
Oh,
he
Goody
already has
doesn't
that
know.
command center that's not doing anything right now.
He doesn't know, he just expects a couple of Zerglings. This is what normally Zergs would do. He does not know that there is going to be a 2-base all-in. Sorry, not 2-base all-in, but just a very, very hard timing attack by Bly. And is Bly just hiding those banelings, hoping for an expansion of Goody so he could just get a lot of hits on workers? That would be possibility, but I'm not sure if Goody will be so sloppy not to check the side of his base.
Yeah, I feel like Goody figured out from some sort of sense. He didn't scout it straight up, but I feel like he has sensed danger here. He did build the bunker and the lifted off the command center. He's not moving out right away, so I'm pretty sure he's suspicious. But look at this, he's just barely not able to see those banelings.
Oh, and this may be a huge threat to him as soon as he moves out with some of his marines and maybe transfers the workers to the orbital command here at the natural. Bly will just be able to jump straight into the fray, and he does just that, but a little bit too early, I would say. And the banelings explode on Hellions. Not a very effective usage of them. I think they would be much better off trying to explode on the wall, but hey, it's well,
he's thinning him out. He's thinning out this attack. But in the meantime, Bly realizes that this attack is not going to work out. He's been building drones. The worker count is now 51 to 29, so he's doing all right in that. And he just sort of backed out of it. He moved in. He was ready to go, but he didn't see a good opportunity, so he didn't take it. And he's going to be moving on to the mid game.
So Goody just securing this natural. Goody is a very patient player. You can do anything you like to try and annoy him, but you will probably not succeed. Now, Goody was trying to go for a Hellbat drop here, but that was instantly spotted by a bunch of queens, so not much of a success there. He may just try to drop one of the Hellbats straight into the banelings. That would probably be a good idea.
Yeah, because I mean the Hellbats can soak up a lot of damage, and you're trading minerals for gas, and that's almost always a good way to go about it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gearing up for an attack here. He's got a lot of Marines and Hellbats going on.
Oh, and the Hellbats are out front.
Man,
yes.
Yeah, those Hellbats are going to keep the Marines safe from the banelings. We need to be moving in here. It's going to be very difficult. We have a bunch of Zerglings on the way to try and deal with this, but they are not doing too well. This third does not look long for the board.
Oh, against Hellbat, Zerglings are not the strongest unit you could have, and the banelings try to explode in the Marines, but that's not very helpful if you have this big chunky transformer somewhere in the way. And Goody dealing a ton of damage with a small Bioforce. This is not what you would expect of Goody, but you know, Bly was caught off guard.
The Hellbats are just instrumental in this push, dealing so much damage and getting healed by the medevac. That is just a wonderfully silly thing to see, and incredibly powerful. Excellent, excellent come off. And we look at the damages. Zerg has lost a lot more. Only 3 workers killed though.
And as you
Whole
can
attack,
imagine,
only 3 workers killed.
Bly would be assuming that Goody would be going for mech play, which is true, but in the longer run, Goody has now switched to Tor production and also Hellbats with probably support of some siege tanks, but he started the game off to Raxed and he just did not stop the unit production. He kept producing Bio, first some Reapers, then Marines, and that attack dealt so much damage just because Bly has underestimated Goody's strength.
Yep, and he's going to be just barely defending this. He's going to try to take down the hatchery here with the Banshee, but it gets pushed out by the singular queen.
Yeah, there's a Banshee, but no cloak. We need to remember that. So where do you think this game will go now? Bly blocking the third base, just making sure he contains Goody within 2 bases. What you don't want to have is a mech player on 3 or 4 bases. That just becomes too difficult to deal with. One of the best ways to counter a mech player is try to deny them expansions for as long as it is possible. Mech army is also powerful, but it is also very expensive to produce. So if you delay those expansions, that army will be much smaller.
This is a really interesting Hellion Hellbat push with a single Banshee thrown in. There's really unique unit compositions here. The Roaches, I feel, are going to do pretty well against this.
And Bly is doing a run by, but I'm not sure how much effective will it be with the Hellions defending. Now Roaches just defend this this push, and they will go probably for a counter. Since Bly had to produce them anyway, he'll just use them right now. Already going for +2/+2 upgrades.
God. 11 workers killed by that in that run by. Really nice, especially because Goody's only on 2 bases here.
That ain't that bad. So Bly right now making sure he just planted his flag at the middle of the base, the middle of the map, claiming the Zelnaga Tower in the name of Her Majesty, the Queen of Blades, and just making sure the map is his. This is his main way of staying alive against Go0dy. He knows what Go0dy's style is. And this is actually a downside of being someone as well recognized as Go0dy. Everyone knows what you're playing at, and I guess Go0dy just tries to differentiate that at the beginnings of the game to throw his opponents off guard with some nice 2-racks pressure, which was a very good move. But now he just switches to the comfort zone he has, which is a huge mech force.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like, I don't know, he's just very, very slow, very moving out, and the issue is that Bly is safe right now to take pretty much the whole map. He's Goody's in a super defensive posture. We've seen him do this time and time again. Hang on 2 bases, be very patient, wait for the exact moment to move out, and make the right play, and that's going to work out probably quite well for him. He's got the Banshee coming in over here to do a little bit of harassment. That's going to allow him to hold his defensive position while still putting some pressure on Bly, keeping him honest, so to say.
And throwing in a Banshee here and there is a very nice touch to your gameplay, because you may say, yeah, it's one Banshee, what harm can it do? And we already see Hatchery is on yellow health. This means that this Banshee, while not taking any damage, has nearly taken down an expansion, and Zerg has to come here, otherwise he will just lose the expansion. So
the Roaches are coming in, the tanks are on siege. Pull back just in time. Really nice harassment here from this Banshee.
Bly tries to... Oh, nice fungal attempt, but it did not catch the Banshee. And Bly right now making sure he has the high ground advantage going into this engagement. He waits until the scan drops off. Oh, there's another scan, but there will be some nice... Oh my god!
Oh yeah, neural parasite. We saw this yesterday, and it's working moderately well, but just not enough. Just not enough neural parasites.
Oh, are you sure about that?
He's got a lot of Roaches, but they're being blasted away by these 2 siege tanks in the back, and the mech force holds.
The mech force holds, but still we have seen the neural parasite like 2 days ago when we were casting. It was so damn effective, and now, thanks to the Banshee that has dealt so much damage previously, this expansion is taken down, and Bly will regret taking it in the first place. And Roaches just go in, taking the siege tank. They do not even hope for taking down an additional 4. No, 4s are just too hard to deal with. And now, oh, I love this transition from Bly. He's going straight for Vipers, so he will build himself a nice Roach Hydra army, while in the background he goes for Vipers, and they will be crucial in every single engagement. In the meanwhile, Go0dy goes here, swings back and forth, and makes sure that Bly does not have any additional expos.
Yeah, I mean, he's keeping his opponent onto 2 bases. He's got a big Roach movement over here, and everything gets taken out. The Siege Tank is going to get taken out. The Hellbats are going to get taken out. The 3rd base is also going to take a whole lot of damage. The Natural could even go down here. This is a really rough situation for Go0dy. He got caught way across the map. He said, "Oh, I'm going to kill your base. You won't be able to have 4 bases." And Bly comes in, and oh my god!
Oh, did you see that?
Damage dealt. Really, really nice micro there from Bly, but it looks like it's not going to be enough. In the meantime, the economic damage has been dealt. 32 workers, 33, 34 workers, 35 workers killed by Acer's Bly in this attack.
And as we said earlier, the main concern of the Zerg who's playing against mech is to make sure that the mech player won't be able to secure too many expansions. You cannot give him the comfort zone, because if he has the comfort zone, he will slowly creep away, and he will take even more and more bases, and eventually you will be just flooded with siege tanks. He will be able to just put some siege tanks into a catapult and throw them at you, just because he will have enough income.
Yep, and I mean, aside from just not having bases, it's almost like right now, oh wow, Goody's actually not mining with a bunch of his workers. He just fixed that up. But yeah, just he's mining out. He's mostly mined out in his main. He's mostly mined out in his natural, and he's not even fully saturated on his third. So he's gonna have to make something happen here. Secure fourth base, or just have
they're going for it. Blinding cloud.
Tanks are out of siege mode. Really great blinding clouds there.
Oh, and this beautiful pulls, making sure that the most difficult units to deal with are pulled and destroyed in the first turn. A bunch of siege tanks remaining, and right now Goody's force is down to 25 supply against 109, and we have the long anticipated GG, and Bly claims the victory in game number 1.
Very
Right
well
you
done.
are!
Right you are, righto sir, yes. Brilliant, brilliant.
How
well
do
done.
you do that accent? I want to learn that from you. Become my master, please.
They just come out. I don't even control it. I can't even think about which British accent I'm going to do. Just sometimes they come out.
And I thought my orc voice was impressive. Sorry. Yeah. I can do battle cruisers. Yeah. Not so impressive anymore. So anyway, we'll we'll let the players host the next map. We'll be back with you after a short commercial break. Remember not to go anywhere, because after the stream is done, we have a free Heart of Swarm copy for you guys. We want to help esports grow, and we mean it. This is why after every single stream we do, no matter what, we give away either Wings of Liberty or Heart of the Swarm. We'll be back quite soon. Alright chaps, straight into the next game we jump, and here they are, beautiful as ever, and spawning here in the bottom left corner of the Newkirk district or Newkirk precinct, depends on the way you like it. We have Go0dy playing for ESC. And spawning as a muted co-caster, we have the Jack Attack, who was supposed to announce Aces Bly, spawning as the Orange Zerg.
Hooray! There he is. Sorry about that. You know, my throat is actually tearing itself apart right now, and I need to get some tea. Yeah. So what? Okay, there we go with the extractor trick.
Yeah.
And everything looking quite usual so far.
Deal. Let me tell you what I did recently. This is a really amusing story.
Proxy!
What?
What were you gonna say?
Yes! This was not a usual scout. No. The funny story will need to wait. This is far more important. So proxy Raxes of Go0dy, we have gas, so this is going to be a proxy Reaper play. Oh my god, Bly scouts it! Bly always scouts things like that. We saw so many Zergs. This, my good friend Go0dy, is too obvious of a location for a proxy Rax. You could go for somewhere perhaps here, where people just do not check, and we have a GG of Go0dy.
Just straight up GG.
Holy smokes.
My god.
Okay. I mean, that was easy.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not sure
okay.
that's something where you should call GG, but
Eh, was it so all in? He
I don't
Wow,
think so.
okay.
I mean,
I
you
don't
could always
well,
go for second barracks. We have seen games in GSL where the barracks were scouted and they still continued the game as usual. I think we have also casted a game where it started like with a cannon rush, and there was a 10 pool on the other side, and it just all got mixed up, and eventually we still got into a 40-minute long end game because the players were so awesome. I'm not really sure that after one Raxus it's enough of a reason to give up.
yeah, yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, he just maybe just didn't want to play from behind. Uh, so, you know, there we have it. He's just, he decided maybe I don't want to play this game from behind. I'm just going to do this cheese. If it works out, great. But if it doesn't, I don't want to play it out. I'll go back to my standard play next game or something like that.
So back to my funny story. Yesterday after work, what I was doing is fixing a floor panel, and since I didn't have any glue, I just used silicone to get it fixed to the floor again. And I was, when you use silicone, it's kind of messy. You got silicone all over your hands, and I couldn't get the silicone out of the tube, so I kept pressing the bottle, and then it just all exploded right over my hands and my t-shirt and my trousers. And I was just trying to get it off of my hands, and someone started calling me at the same time, and it was my mother. I really had to pick up, but I had all my hands dirty, and I just ran to the bathroom. I tried to wash my hands with warm water, but it just didn't work. It just spilled the silicone even more over my hands. I tried to use the soap, but it just jumped out of my hands like in cartoons. And and eventually I had to find some dry towels to get rid of that, and I picked my mom's call at the last second. Ain't that amusing?
I mean, that certainly paints a silly picture.
It does. I mean, I felt so damn stupid. I was waiting for the call from my mom. I knew she was going to call, but I did not expect this whole situation to happen. And yeah. Silicone is messy to get it out of your hands.
Absolutely.
It is very sticky and already started drying. So anyway, I'm all clear right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So, fortunately, the proxy didn't work out. Yeah. He's gonna have to try something else next game. Silver Seraph, also Magic the Gathering card, which I use.
Oh, you play Magic?
Is asking. I used to, yeah. I don't have the money or time to do it now, but I used to play a lot with my friends.
Alright.
It is ridiculous fun. It's probably my second favorite game. Like, obviously, StarCraft first.
But you usually spend
second.
way too much money on that hobby.
Oh my god, yeah.
Whenever
it is. If I have a lot of money, that's what I would do, but it is such a money sink. It was ridiculous. Towards the end, I didn't have a lot of money. I would just print up cards and just play strategies out for fun. Yeah, I would just print them out. I would cut them. I'd put a card backwards into a card holder and just sort of print it in and move it in. I wasn't cheating or anything like that. It was black and white. It was very clear. Like, just all of our friends did that, and we said, all right, just whoever can come up with the best strategies will win, not the person with the most money,
But then the cards look so nice when they're printed out on the hardcover.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I remember that I was crazy about Magic the Gathering. I still have my box full of cards, and we used to buy them together with my brother. He always got the blue and the black ones. I've got reds and reds and greens, and my wife, who was sometimes playing with us, got the white ones. So we each had our favorite colors, and we would just gang up and try to get as many cards as possible. But then the expansions kept coming out so quickly, one after the other, that we just couldn't keep up with buying them all. Anyway, guys, we're now into the game number 3. And Goody was kind of unhappy after the last loss. He was not really expecting that to be scouted. But as we saw Blythe doing that multiple times, and as we saw Snoo doing that multiple times.
Speaking of that, we have him sending out the first worker. He's going to do it again. He's going to do the same thing again.
Oh, Goody. Oh, Goody. You must be mad. You are all mad here.
And Bly is still talking about getting unlucky. We're going to see exactly how this this pans out. Supply depot down on 8, and then the barracks down on 8.
Yeah. Yeah, Goody was kind of unhappy, and whenever your proxy gets scouted, you always start thinking, oh my god, he must have been cheating. A player like, player of a caliber of Blythe, yeah, I mean, it's not even worth and very good to discuss it, but when you're of a such caliber, you just don't cheat. And those players have this routine where they always scout all around the map, and even Terrans do it nowadays because they have to know where the proxy thingies are. Terrans do it nowadays against the Protoss because Protoss have learned.
Bly is really close.
Oh,
he just barely missed that.
He won't see it.
He's gonna hit the Zelnaga tower.
And it's outside the range of Zelnaga tower. Oh my dear god. And Bly is just going for this hatchery first opening.
Yep, here we are. Going for the scout on 11 against a Terran player is a very safe thing to do, and that's what Bly has been doing.
Yeah.
But this time he does not scout the location of the barracks. Really nice. I didn't even know you could fit a barracks in here. This is a perfect place to
this is like
to put
the
a proxy.
perfect spot. It's so close to your opponent's base, but it's still outside Zelnaga range, and you would not consider that as an usual location. Now, Bly probably knows something is going on. He scouted Goody's main. There are no Raxes there. He did not find anything there, and he just knows that something is going to happen right now.
Yeah, and here it is. We have the Reaper follow-up. He's going to get them into a bunker as well.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, I mean, this is a really strong move. I mean, what is he going to do at this point? His pool just finished. He's going to be able to start up 6 lings and a queen right away if he wants to. And he will start 4 lings and a queen. But this Reaper is just going to start coming in and doing the damage. That bunker is almost going to complete here, but it looks like, no, it just barely doesn't complete.
Oh my god!
There's no SCV en route, so that bunker is not going to finish. He's just going to have these rallied out Reapers coming in to deal damage. Ooh, gets that one right before it turns into an extractor. And yeah, so here we are. He's got a spore crawler in his base? Wait, what? Wait.
Well, he built that to avoid being killed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he does end up canceling it. But I was like, oh wow, it's just
he's afraid of Dark Templars,
friends, don't they? Yeah. I was like, that's not gonna help him at all. But he did it to save the worker. But I mean, at least I would say throw it on his spine.
And Goody just keeping up the production of his Reapers. Now, Goody, one of the players who has the best micro with the Reapers out there. Usually, he's able to save them all and just keep the ones that are hurt outside combat, or just firing from a very long range. As I said,
there he goes.
Yes, exactly. And oh, he loses one. He nearly got one of the queens, but that's not enough. 2 queens is just a lot. Now, what will Goody switch to? He's going for factory. I'm a little bit concerned that he didn't have additional SCVs to finish off the bunker. He does not even cancel the bunker. Is he hoping for something still? But there is no SCV en route. So what is Goody playing at?
Yeah, it would have been really strong to have that bunker up in that position, but I guess he decided that it was not worth it. And he's just going to continue scouting in here, forcing out lings. And then remember, all the lings that are being made means no workers coming out of Bly. And you can see he's pulling up his larva right now, finally spending on drones. He's saying, okay, this rush is over. He senses that the rush is over.
There are going to be Widow Mines, my friend. Widow Mines may be a game changer right here. Queens are hurt, so they will be dying of 1 shot from Widow Mines. And Bly has to make the queens right now. This is his last choice, last resort. His last defense really, to make sure that he gets something that shoots from a range.
Yep, and the Widow Mines are going to start... Oh no, he's just using the Widow Mine defensively for now. And yeah, so he's just trying to do this opening to get into a bit of an advantage. Let's see how that worked out for him. More resources lost by the Zerg player, and the worker counts are in the favor also of the Zerg player. So unfortunately, not getting as much damage done as he may have liked.
But still, quite sufficient, I would say. 275 resources against 361. That's quite cool. Quite cool, I would say. So
But
yeah.
what are we gonna move into here? We've got the
now?
armory coming up. So maybe some Hellbat action. The armory's gonna finish right around the time the reactor finishes up. And we have a Viking and not a medevac, so probably just gonna use that to clear out
That's
these overlords.
interesting. Yeah, because at this stage of the game, probably Bly will not be expecting any Vikings, because Viking, only a single Viking, it is just perfect. The Zerg has so many overlords around the map. You just get him rid of 3 of them, and that's 3 free kills. Easy peasy.
Yep, and you always have that small chance that Bly will be playing really tight, and you'll be able to supply block your opponent for a little while, which is really strong. Supply blocking your opponent stops them from making workers to saturate, stops them from making units. It just stops them from getting their money spent and playing efficiently overall. Just the main mechanics of StarCraft get shut down, all of them, by the supply block.
And also, we need to remember that Go0dy is in a very bad situation right now. I'm really astonished that he had the guts to go for a Proxy Rax opening again, because after losing that last game, this is possibly the game where he drops straight into the losers bracket. You don't want to drop into losers bracket like Snoot, for example, where he dropped after 3-0 score for Happy. You want to have at least a couple of points. You want to get a chance of going further in the winners bracket, because the further you go, the easier it is for you to get to the finals. Fighting through all the way in the losers bracket, losing that comfort of being able to lose one game, one series, and still carry on in the tournament is just bad.
Yeah, it's a really tough situation. Strong attack over here, though. He's got a lot of supply here to deal with these queens, and not a whole lot of Zerglings here. What Zerglings he has are going to get roasted. I mean, you can take a lot of these queens down here. That's the economy of Bly, and he doesn't have those queens. He doesn't have larvae. Without larvae, what are you going to do as a Zerg player?
And it seems Go0dy has it. I mean, he at least has it in some part. Now, Bly moving in with the roaches, but they are also getting roasted by the Hellbats. One of the Hellbats stayed and he kept firing. Now, this may have been the turning point of the battle, because he needed all of those Hellbats. I'm not really sure why that single one just stayed there, but Go0dy is going to continue his production of mech facilities of 2 bases. He is very comfortable playing off 2 or 3 bases. Go0dy is usually in a position where he doesn't have more. A lot of Terrans play to have as many bases as possible early on. They are very aggressive about their economy. Go0dy is just, he's cool. Can deal with it. He can easily deal with any sort of pressure with his overwhelming mech force.
Yep. Yeah, he's a quality, not quantity army. Is that style of mech. And we have a big bunch of roaches here, and Hellbats are strong, but roaches do quite well against them. The issue is that they're all clumped up and they're taking a lot of splash damage, and Go0dy GG's.
What?
Yep. Go0dy GG's. That is what just happened. Very likely feeling frustrated from getting scouted out in game 2. Very likely.
What? Go0dy game? What? What has just happened? Go0dy has
like I said, if I had to make a guess, I think it's Go0dy being on tilt, being upset about game 2. Which is maybe why he was a little bit reckless with going for the same strategy again.
I think that may have been the case. Well, and anyway, guys, everyone has their better and worse days, so we can't blame Go0dy, but he will be dropping into the lower bracket right now, which means Happy and our good friend Bly are probably going to play against themselves next time they meet. Let's just check the bracket right now, really quickly. So we have Bly going through this, and Happy. Yes, Bly and Happy will meet indeed in the second round of winners round, the winners bracket. Now Go0dy will have to play Snoot in the lower bracket, which is not looking good for him. So anyway, guys, this has been surprising. 2 series with only one side dominating. It's a very unexpected turn of events, but anyway, this is Yegwen's Master League. You guys are watching. We'll be having this all over the month. We'll be streaming on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Also, we'll be having some nice show matches prepped for you on Wednesdays, so make sure you follow us on Twitch. Every single stream, by the way, we have a Heart of the Swarm giveaway. We just have a ton of Heart of the Swarm copies to give away to all of our viewers. Well, maybe not all of them, but the lucky random ones.
The most random ones.
Yeah, the most random ones, to make sure everyone is nice and happy about Heart of the Swarm growing. So we'll be back with you after a short commercial break with the free Heart of the Swarm giveaway. Don't go anywhere, don't miss your chance of winning free Heart of the Swarm. We just need to go and thank the players for showing up with some nice good games tonight. And anyway, thank you for watching. My name is Yegwen, with me casting was the Jack Attack.